Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
More than 100 Wells Fargo workers at a local branch will soon be without jobs due to its closing. Good morning and thank you so much for joining us on 7 at 7. I'm Cynthia Puga. We begin with top stories sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. The owner of Juan's Flaming Fajitas and Cantina has been fined nearly $500,000 for violating the Fair Labor and Standards Act. According to a press release from the U.S. Department of Labor, the restaurant withheld overtime pay and 2 of its employees were incorrectly exempted from overtime pay. The restaurant has 2 locations in Las Vegas and 1 in Henderson, and employees who worked at more than one of those locations did not have their hours combined. The owner claims that overtime pay was not withheld and is paying back all lost wages to its employees. The license of a Las Vegas OBGYN has been suspended for not complying with the board's conditions after an investigation found the doctor offered 2 patients $1,000 apiece to pose nude in September. Dr. George Chambers failed to complete mandated ethics and professional boundaries training, pay a $6,000 fine and $54,000 in procedural costs, which resulted in his suspension. The suspension became effective on July 3rd. For the full story, you can visit lvrj.com. As we know, I-15 is the main freeway link between Las Vegas and Southern California, and this weekend a crash caused a 2-day-long closure. 7 at 7 p.m. anchor Lena Bleach shares one unfortunate driver's story.
Northbound I-15 is open now, but the memories are far from distant for drivers after a truck carrying lithium batteries overturned and prompted a full closure.
And it literally took me 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours to drive 10 miles.
7 at 7 sports reporter Dominic Lavoie was one of thousands of drivers stuck in the mess as his return from Raiders training camp in Costa Mesa turned into a 15-hour endurance test.
Very mentally challenging, very emotionally taxing. I had a few emotional breakdowns and a few mental breakdowns just because that was the longest drive I've ever had. I was tired.
Taking I-40 to avoid I-15 didn't solve the problem.
I was sitting there stop and go traffic for another 5 hours in the middle of the night with no end in sight.
With extremely limited options for gas and motels, chaos ensued.
People are backing into pumps, people are driving into the pumps the wrong way, and they're yelling at each other because they can't get out, and they're wrapping pumps around their car trying to just get some sort of fuel.
While some drivers slept in their cars, Dominic kept driving. Ultimately, he got home at 7 a.m. Saturday.
Moving on to weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Dry and breezy conditions will continue today with afternoon wind gusts between 20-25 miles per hour, expecting a high around 108 with plenty of sunshine. Taking a look at the rest of the week now, temperatures will slightly rise to around 110 degrees for Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll be seeing a dip in temperatures to 104 on Friday, and temperatures come back up around 108 for this weekend. We are expecting more cloud coverage with partly cloudy skies the majority of the week. In business news, Wells Fargo plans to lay off up to 130 employees in Las Vegas. Now, this is according to a notice from the National Bank filed with the state of Nevada. Wells Fargo plans to close operations and personal lending business units at its location on South Rainbow Boulevard, according to a Federal Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act letter. That letter states that employees were notified verbally on June 27th, and some will have the chance to relocate to another branch and secure other positions within the company.
Sports brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. Las Vegas swimming sensation Katie Grimes won the silver medal in the 400-meter individual medley Monday at the Paris Games, finishing second to Canadian Summer McIntosh, the world record holder in the event. The medal was Grimes's first in the Olympics after she finished 4th in her only event 3 years ago in Tokyo. This year, the 18-year-old has 2 more chances at bringing home a gold medal. She will compete in the 1,500-meter freestyle and the 10-kilometer open water marathon swim.
In Health, brought to you by Centerville Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. A Vegas law firm is partnering with local nonprofit Vegas Has a Heart to host a free heart screening event for Las Vegas student athletes. Now, this is happening on Sunday, August 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside the G Building at the College of Southern Nevada's North Las Vegas campus, which is located at 3200 East Cheyenne Avenue. Organizers say 1 in 300 youth has an undetected heart condition, and some sudden cardiac disease remains the leading cause of death among student athletes. Students ages 10 through 25 are urged to make an online appointment at vegashasaheart.org.
Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. 2 Olympic basketball games take place Wednesday from Paris. In the first, Puerto Rico will face Serbia. Station Casino's STN app has Puerto Rico as a 17.5-point underdog, and the total is 172. In the second game, the United States tips off against South Sudan at noon and are 31.5-point favorites to win. The total is 191.5. Total points for the first half is set at 96. Bettors can also take action in the first half spread, where Team USA is an 18.5-point favorite.
Vegas Nation, brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. All eyes have been on the Raiders' ongoing quarterback competition. Coach Antonio Pierce said Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew will continue to split time with the first team until one of them separates himself as the clear starter. Here's how our Raiders beat writer Vinny Bonsignor sees it unfolding.
He's had some good moments, Aiden O'Connell. He's avoided some, the turnovers, more turnovers for Gardner Minshew so far in camp. He's also shown that he could move a little bit. He scored 2 touchdowns on runs. That's an added dimension compared to last year. So I think those things are boding well for Aiden O'Connell.
In lifestyle news, the CEO and president of Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada is retiring. 63-year-old Deacon Tom Roberts has announced he is retiring at the end of the year. Since 2012, he's been in charge of 16 programs at the Catholic Charities campus that help shelter and feed hundreds of people every day, among other services. Roberts is proud, saying under his leadership, the nonprofit's yearly operating budget grew from $16 million to $50 million. Moving on to entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. British singer and songwriter Morrissey kicked off his limited run of Las Vegas shows with back-to-back sold-out performances over the past weekend. Morrissey performed at the House of Blues on July 26th and 27th with a total of 3,600 fans attending over the 2 nights. His Las Vegas shows are in celebration of his 1993 album, Beethoven Was Deaf, which was remastered this year. He will be returning for his final 2 sold-out shows at the House of Blues on August 1st and August 2nd. Thanks for watching 7 at 7. You can hit that subscribe button to get alerts when we post breaking news and our 7 at 7 newscasts. You can also watch us on other platforms like Apple TV and Roku. We'll see you here tonight for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.